Hello and welcome to the Quantum Bliss. I am Dr. Acelina Barros, and right now I'm about to share deep insights that will help you harmonize your frequency and access a state of bliss. So take a very deep breath, full of awareness and focus right here, right now, wherever you are. Dream or reality? Today is the day 4 of the 9-month project. A while ago, I had a very powerful dream. The night before, right before I went to sleep, I prayed and asked for guidance for that moment in my life. Anyone who knows me knows how much I appreciate the messages of our dreams, and I pay carefully attention to them. The following day, just after doing some yoga exercises during my meditation, I had the insight that I should share this dream with the people who are with me in this journey. Well, in my dream, my family and I had traveled to a beach for the wedding of a friend. Suddenly, the ocean became very rough, with huge waves. For some reason, I knew that we would be safe if we were inside the hotel, which was like a big wooden house with several floors. When I realized that the huge waves were approaching, I ran into the house and went up to the top floor. On that floor was the owner of the hotel, and he was giving orders to the staff to lower all the anchors in the house. Yes, the house had anchors. Those crazy dreams kind of thing. And that's what they did. During this time, the waves became even stronger, and the hotel was floating like a boat, waiting for the storm to pass. I was afraid, but I could see that the people around me were even more afraid than I was. So I got my rosary and began to pray alone. Some of the people around me stared at me. Others began to pray along. From the window of the hotel, I could see other houses and people who were unprotected and finally swept away by the huge waves. Houses were destroyed and people died from the lack of air, drowning. Shortly after, things began to calm down and return to normal. Like Mother Mary, I asked to the Lord for a message, and I believe I've received it. And I've decided to share it with you, to ask and at the same time to offer you my help. For a long time, I only prayed the rosary out for obedience to my parents, especially to my mother. My mother has always been a huge fan of the rosary, as well as my grandmother. When I was younger, I couldn't understand the point of saying the same thing over and over again. Only years later, as I delved deeper into scientific side and spirituality, did I understand the value of this prayer. And I understood why my mother and my grandmother would pray the rosary every day. The rosary is nothing more than the repetition of a very powerful mantra, a way of tuning into the frequency of the divine. My mother always says that the rosary is a weapon, an essential weapon for fighting life's battles. So much that the cadenced repetition of mantras is present in many different religions. And where am I heading with all of this? You'll understand. I suggest that you sit in a comfortable position and take a very deep breath. Close your eyes and invoke the presence of the Holy Spirit within you, within your heart. Filled with the peace that only God's Holy Spirit can give us, reflect on everything I just told you. What makes sense in your heart? What message did you need to receive through this audio? Is it time to drop your anchor and stand firmly in your place? Is it time to retreat and stay home? Could it be that you need to climb up high and rise up to be with the one who is in charge? Maybe it's time for you to understand the spiritual practices of your ancestors and pray a rosary with them. I think all of you who have been following this project are in the same boat as I am. And I feel that it's part of my mission as an architect of the being to help each one of you with your renovations by sharing with you the message that came to me in that dream. And this is what I'm doing today. At home with my family, I'm gonna pray my rosary. If this message makes sense to you, I invite you to join me. If you don't yet understand the power of the rosary, that's okay. Not everyone prayed the rosary with me in the dream. Some just watched, but all of the people who were trapped in the hotel were saved in the end. Take a few more very deep breaths. And pay attention to your heart. What is it telling you? Pray over it. And maybe talk to someone in your family or a friend about it, if you feel like. Our intuition is very powerful. We just need to be in silence so that we can listen to it. Think about everything I've said throughout the day. Draw your own conclusions and decide, what do you want to do? Just make sure you remain firm, calm, and don't despair in the face of these huge waves, the storms that we sometimes face in life. For there are children in this boat, and they need a firm foundation. They need the strength that you can provide. That was the message I felt like sharing with you today. With much love and blessings, Asilina.